Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom Podcast. Host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. It's where you can ask any question you want to ask, suggest any topic you want to suggest, and I will do my best to address it. And on the off chance I don't know the answer to a question, maybe someone in the live chat does. So make sure you pay attention to the live chat. Engage in the live chat. Talk amongst yourselves all you'd like. And like I said, feel free to ask me whatever question you want to ask. Doesn't have to be gun related. Helps if it is, but it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want to talk about. Any manly man stuff you want to bring up. I like to start off the chat by reading if we had any orders over the last 24 hours. I don't think we did. I don't know if I read this one yesterday. Joel Hunter bought a shirt. I don't know if I read it yesterday. It came in at the end of the chat yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and say thanks to him. But nothing else today. I do have a couple of new designs that are about ready to come out to try to encourage some sales. We got one that is, an answer to the old question, 100 men versus one gorilla. But what if that gorilla's got a Glock? Well, that changes everything, don't it? So there's that one. It's going to be called Bring It. I already have one shirt called Bring It. This is a different Bring It. And then also we have got, that's not, I hit the wrong button. Hold on. Nope, that's the wrong button too. There we go. They move when you change things. The buttons move and it makes it hard to hit it right. Window. Here's the other design I'm doing. It's called Political Reform. And it's about the only way we're going to take our government back. So boom, right there. Political Reform. And as you can see, it's everybody's old fan, Gojira, taking Congress back for the people, incinerating every one of the bastards. That's about the only way it's going to happen. If Godzilla comes in and just wipes them out during a joint session or something. So that's going to be the new design. Not specifically gun related, that one, but it is gun related, fighting anti-gun legislation. That's about the only way we're going to win. So those will be coming out in the next day or so. Also, if you want to go over to TYMPpistolproject.com, you can become a Subscribe Star member, a Patreon member. You can do one-time donations to whichever program you want to support. You can sign up to be a recipient of TYMPPP. I got to send out the emails again today. I got an email from someone who said their name was read, but they didn't get the email. I'm going to see. I'm having trouble with the emails for some reason. I'm going to check to see what's going on over there today, if I remember. So keep your eyes open if you're one of the recipients. If you didn't get the email already, I'll try to send them again tonight. But you can sign up to be a recipient over on TYMPpistolproject.com. Feel free to go over there and do that. And like I said, support the channel in any way you like. And you can also, there's a link there to go to my Shopify store and buy merch. Like I support the right to arm bears. The hat is not, wait, the hat is one of my designs. Right there it is. It's the first American flag. It says, this is not a Confederate flag. It's the first American flag. Learn your history. It's because this is one of the actual first flags that our free nation that agreed upon being a representative flag of our country during the Revolutionary War. So feel free to go over to TYMPpistolproject.com, do any of those things. Let me see if we got any questions coming in. Today is the 20th. I am busy, said Dale Rickety. I don't know what he's busy doing. He's probably counting his silverware. Make sure his Jamaican nurse didn't take any of it. Kevin Payton says, since the Pico is gone, this is my entry for the double super secret mom's hot dog sauce recipe. Well, I don't have the recipe. She makes it when she's here. And it's a secret. Christopher Ramos chimed in and said, Punva, how do you like my new purchase? Sent you an email. I don't see it. Did I see it? Let me see. No, that's, I don't see it. Are you sure you sent me an email? I'll go up here. Oh, there he is right there. Yes. Okay. I will get to that when I get to the emails. Chrissy Jones. Me and Mrs. Jones. I saw your video where you defined a pocket gun as having 6+ rounds and a barrel of up to 2 inches. Well, I think it's like I said, it had to be under like a certain number of rounds and under 2 inches, but that's good, close enough. My MP Shield meets those requirements. Do you consider it a pocket gun? Not really, no. I mean, I guess if you're going to think of pocket guns, that'd be one of the ones people would consider one. I don't really consider most guns pocket guns, but basically the C Camp and the Pico work as a rear pocket gun, but that's about it. I don't like things in my pockets. I don't even like my keys in my pocket. I don't like it. Stephen Mays, or as like in this country, corn. I think you secretly support background checks. Well, that's fucking slander. No, I do not support background checks. I do not like them. I do think there should be like, I don't know, as long as they're going to have a revolving door policy for prisons, maybe there should be like a 1-800 number you can call and check someone's social security number, see if they're a felon or not, if you're selling guns. But that should be on you if you want to do it. But I don't like background checks, no. Daniel Pennant, however you pronounces that, says thing unto Phil. I think he's saying tithing to Phil. He misspelled Phil. It's hard not give up on our gun rights. This only ends one way. Might as well enjoy life, do what you want, and keep fighting the good fight. Well, yeah, unfortunately, the one way I see it ending is just a slow dissolution of our country. I just don't. You can't try to maintain power through division forever and hope to maintain the integrity of your nation. We're eventually going to split off at least into 2 or 3 different countries. You know, kind of like how the USR split up. We'll do the same thing. We'll split up into 2 or 3 different countries. Some states will go one way, some states will go others, and like the Northeast will be a group. And I'm thinking the Northeast and the West Coast, they'll form an alliance with each other. And it wouldn't be hard to get the states all the way across the top to agree, because what are they going to do? There goes 80-90% of the country's GDP and wealth. If those 2 areas join together, every state in between is going to be like, we want to be part of that group. People going to want to join fucking Alabama? No, I don't think so. Texas and Florida will get stuck with Alabama and them. And Florida, hell, isn't going to be. Because I mean, you think Disneyland's going to stay open and stay there? And once we divide, no, they're going to move. They'll close it down and just make Disney land the big place. Disney World will close. Let's see here. But that's how it's going to go. There's not going to be a big revolution, anything like that. Eventually, we'll just degrade into multiple different nations. I just read that. That was Daniel Pennant. And then here's Johnny Mandrick saying, you haven't talked much on the hearing protection and short acts. Any opinions? Oh, I did videos on them. You know, they were supposed to put all that in the budget reconciliation bill, and they pulled it all out at the last minute, stabbed all the gun groups in the back. Even the GOA said, we've got stabbed in the back. The Republicans stabbed us in the back. So chances of them getting passed, 0. And plus, Trump's not getting behind them. He's not out there trying to campaign for these things. He's not saying, hey, I'm not signing this budget reconciliation unless those things are in it. I don't see that happening. Where's that at? He was supposed to be all pro gun rights. Where's he fucking at? That was Johnny Mandrick. Daniel Pennant chimed in again here and said, remind me again, what's your plan for when we eventually lose all gun rights? I'll just resist, and I will probably eventually have to bury all my guns in the yard, because once, you know, we become, if I live long enough to see the dissolution of the United States, well, I'm not going to I'm packing up and moving to a southern state because they're going to have tight gun rights here. No, because I'm not going to go live in poverty and violence and crime and everything else. It's always like, well, you should move out of Washington and move to Alabama. I mean, I lived in Alabama. Why do you think I don't anymore? The poverty and drug abuse and Christian bullshit gets to be intolerable. I'd rather have to fight for my gun rights. At least there, I think I got a chance of winning. You ain't going to make people in the South quit being, religious bigots and racists and everything else, which is a lot of them. I hate to break it to you. People think, oh, it's just a tiny percentage. No, it isn't. Live in Southern Mississippi for a while. Tell me you think it's just a small percentage of people that are like that. No, everybody's fucking Bible thumping assholes. Standard of living is super low. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live somewhere where there ain't nothing in town but like a gas station and a Walmart. Now, there's some places I would go live in the South, but there are not many. Like, I would probably, if I had to move off the West Coast and go somewhere where there were better gun rights, I would go where there's like no people. I'd try to get like land in like Arizona or something. Like try to get like 5 or 6 acres somewhere like in Arizona or Kansas, somewhere where there's not going to be any people around me. Because I don't want to be around the fucking people. Who did I just read that? That was Daniel Pent, I think it was. Yes. Then we got Christian Carlson. I do believe is the last person weighing in over here with a super chat. Maybe a 38 super giveaway. Fuck no. I'll give away a 38 super round. I can get a hold of one of those. I'm not buying to give away. Because here's the thing. If I go out and buy something to give it away, I'll inevitably lose money on it. And I'm tired of losing money on things. I just don't have the reach. Can't get people to participate. YouTube is working against me. There's just no way I can make money off those things. That's just me giving away more money to try to make the channel grow, and it doesn't work. I tried to advertise the channel, by advertising through Google to where people are like, hey, if you like gun rights and blah, 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 no sponsorship and blah, 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 you want to hear the straight truth about guns, come over to TYMP, or whatever my channel name is, Yankee Marshall. Every time I try, they come back with this channel. YouTube doesn't allow promotion of this channel. I'm like, what do you mean don't allow promotion of this channel? It's ineligible for promotional, so there ain't nothing you can do. You can't fucking win. I'm keeping as much stuff as I can keep, though, because eventually maybe there will be a class action lawsuit I can join or something after they've already deleted my channel. Because right now, if you join a class action lawsuit against YouTube or try to for one, the first thing they do is they close your channel completely. I know a local a company that did that, and immediately they got their channel closed and never got it back. And the case is still pending after like 7 years. So that would just completely destroy, make it not worth anything. And there's no way I could afford the legal fees. But where was I? All right, let's go over here, see if we got any regular questions coming. Oh, I got to do the emails. Almost forgot emails. Hold on. And then I think we'll be out of here because I don't really see a lot coming in over here. Where are emails? Oh, here's one. Boop, boop. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me find it on the page. Hey, Yankee, this is Bo, my mother-in-law's dog. They used to live with us, and this dog would not give me the time of day. Tracy passed away unexpectedly the night before Mother's Day. Since my wife picked him up here from her house that Friday, he hasn't left my side. I took him camping with me this weekend, and he spent the whole 5-hour drive each way wanting me to touch him. I have been a big dog since my lab died a few years ago. I guess having a 20-pound dachshund mutt now, thanks to everyone. Oh, he's a cutie. He's very regal, and he's grieving right now. He lost his owner. That's why he's being so needy, because he's in shock. He's grieving. Animals grieve. Here's what Christopher Ramos was saying earlier. He said, "Guess who? He looks like he got a Glock 27. I hope his is not evil. Those have a tendency to be evil." So be very careful. And then we got this one here. This was sent in by BB64. Dan Bowser. I'm not leaving it like this, but it's cool what you can do with heat tape and bluing. Yeah, you can do some little cool stuff. Yeah, I would hope you're not leaving it that way. I'd probably take some Wheeler ceramic coat to that. That would make it look real nice. You could do the frame and the every piece on it. But it's coming along. Looks like you cleaned it up. The frame is, I thought, what needed the most work. So we need to see what you do with the frame. Rusty Hayes sent me a Pez dispenser, a link to a Pez dispenser. There's the info for the Pico. All right, now let's get over see if there's anything coming in through the live chat. Wherever they catch you, they will kill you, but first they must catch you. Frith from Watership Down. Yes, I love that book. That's one of my favorite books. What revolver took up that open spot on the wall back here? Well, none. There's still an open spot back here. Oh, I put a gun back in the wrong spot. Hold on. I got to go move it back to where it goes. Hopefully they won't see this. There. I didn't touch nothing. So don't get mad at me. The spot's still there. I put my 19 back in the wrong. I took a shot at yesterday. I put it back in the wrong spot after I cleaned it. What is your take on the pug dog? Well, I mean, I wish they didn't exist because they're not very healthy, but I think they're one of the sweetest dogs ever. Their fur is the worst though. Oh my God, their fur just gets in everything, and they shed a dog's worth of hair every couple of days, and it gets stuck to everything and does not come off. Caden, bother me when's your chat end? I swear to God, I'm gonna punch him. 7:30. Well, I wouldn't mind if a chopper rhino made it was in that box instead. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Hickok just posted a video of himself getting his thumb stuck in the mag slot of an M1 Garand. Okay, we need to run to Home Depot. I don't. You run to Home Depot. You run to Home Depot. I ain't running to Home Depot. Let's see here. At a South Carolina zoo, a man who decided to fight with a kangaroo was beaten to death. That sounds like natural selection to me. Yeah, I hope they don't blame the kangaroo. The Khazarian mafia existed in modern day Ukraine and Kazakhstan. And is there a point to that? U.S. and Israel funded terrorists. Trump is finally turning on them. Netanyahu said he would retaliate. Q was right about Israel being saved for last. Q was not right, and Israel had been saved for last. That's just bullshit. Ain't nothing going to happen to Israel or anything else. What are the most underrated and overrated pistol calibers? 9mm is the most overrated, and the most underrated. Well, no, 30 Super is pretty overrated too. Most underrated, probably 380. Did Trailer send you a PayPal question? It might look like a statement about background checks. He did. He said someone said I think you secretly support background checks, but that was about it. Didn't get a lot over on PayPal. Yeah, Christian Carlson's the last one over there. So, correct. It's pronounced pint, something like that. James Black. Who's James Black? What they say? Thoughts on Taylor and Company revolvers? They're fairly nice. I mean, they're decent. I don't think they're the best single action army clones ever made, but they make some cool ones. I think they're mostly Ubertis. Are they not Ubertis? But they do their own little thing with them. Scientists in Switzerland just turned lead into gold. Does that mean we can return the gold standard to control inflation? No. And plus, People think they stuck a big chunk of lead in there and turned it into a big chunk of gold. No, they altered a molecule, basically. Is mostly what happened. It's not a whole lot of going on. And it took a massive amount of energy to do it. So it's like, I'm going to pay a $5,000 electric bill to create $10 worth of gold. Does Washington have private sales? Not anymore. If it does, is there a local website that isn't arm list? You can go to northwestfirearms.com. They have a classified section, but you have to go to an FFL to do the actual purchase. Oops, I've lost my place here. Do you know if we could take an online safety to satisfy the new gun permit requirements? I don't know. I don't know much about it. It doesn't take effect in 2027, and I expect it to be struck down by then. They're like, oh, but the state Supreme Court upheld a similar law. Yeah, they upheld it, and they didn't even address whether it actually is constitutional, because they did not even consider the historical context merit. They said, nah, we're not going to consider that. But Supreme Court says that's what you have to consider when you judge a gun rights, a gun law. So I don't know how that's going to be able to stand long before the Supreme Court is forced to actually do something about rulings. It's not enough to make a ruling. You actually have to enforce it too. Do you think the P226 and Beretta 92 are outdated or still great guns? Still great guns. There's nothing outdated about it. When there aren't no people around, nobody to complain on your full auto. That's true. No one can report you. I heard Sky pistols are super cheap now. They are, because they're discontinued. They are bankrupt. Not going to get any support for them if you buy one. If it breaks, it's broke. Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont are all pro-gun. Idaho, Indiana, Nebraska, and North Dakota. Okay. Maybe that's about where I was, where you could move to if I wanted to leave Washington, which I don't want to leave. I like living out here in the country. What is the very best Kel-Tec? One somebody else owns. Any you own will suck. I used to live in Connie, Massachusetts, now Indiana for school. In Maryland, no fireworks, legal, cops flag, traffic, roads suck, high taxes, no sparklers. Don't want to ever move back. Anti-gun as well. Yeah, I'm okay with fireworks in certain places, but not out here in the dry summer. 4th of July is the worst time to let off fireworks. You want to let off fireworks, let them off around Christmas when it's damp and stuff. Don't come out here in the woods and be letting off fireworks in the middle of July when everything's dry and tindery. I'll fucking come out and chase your ass off with a bat. I've chased people off more than once out here. You support cutting red tape. Federal permitting to fix road takes years compared to other countries. Does not take years to get fixed roads. Anyone told you that's fucking wrong. Does not take years to fix a road. We have state road crews that are under a mandate to fix roads. The only problem is funding. And it could be funded. The money comes in to fund them. It just gets diverted to other places. Wouldn't it be easier and faster if he drove? I don't care how he gets there. It's up to him. I believe he took trucks. I heard the truck start up. Which M1911A1 is your preference? Remington, Rand, Colt, or Ithaca? Colt. Out of those, Colt. I really like Dan Wesson, but Colt. Out of the production lines, Dan Wesson, but out of those, Colt. Federal land hiding gold, high amounts of reservations in federal land holding back Western states. What? Commie state, Illinois, New Jersey, Massachusetts have been licensing guns forever. Well, they're not pro-gun up there. Iowa gun laws are very reasonable and plenty of country living. I don't want to live in a vat of goo. I'm not moving there. not being tricked into coming there and becoming a power source for the mechanical overlords. I don't know. You think I'm stupid? 3 years in a row, Spokane took every penny of road money and pissed it away on Riverside Park. Yeah, they don't. The money's coming in that's supposed to be mandated to fix roads, but they take it other places. It comes in, they go like, oh, we'd rather do this pet project or this pet project, or this guy wants to make it look like he's doing something for his county. So let's do something over there to keep him in power. They use it for what it's not supposed to be used for. It's like, whatever happened to all the lottery money? Wasn't lottery money supposed to save the schools? We would never have to worry about schools ever again. None of the lottery money makes it to the fucking schools. It's the politicians keep fucking using it. And they do that and they pass these ridiculous laws that are going to cost a fortune. And they do these bogus cost analysis things. Or like they said, oh, this new law that's going to cost us about $20 million to implement this anti-gun law. No, the estimates are closer to 180 to 250 million is what it's going to cost you to implement, because you refuse to take into account the time it takes for the cops and stuff to do fingerprinting and how they have to set up new databases and how they actually have to work and do them. And it's a full-time job for many people. But they do minimal. But then they're like, oh, that cost will be offset by what we charge for fingerprinting. No, it won't. It won't even come close. And they're like, we'll take in 35. It only costs 20 million to implement it. We'll get 35 in fingerprinting. Well, no, the fingerprinting money will all be eaten up for every time you have a cop take time off to do it. That eats up all the profit off fingerprinting. So you'll make zero profit off that. The licensing fee will be diverted to something political, and it'll cost you like 10 times as much to implement as you said. So it'll end up pissing away school money, road money, and other stuff to be anti-gun. Pisses me off. One big beautiful bill. My tookus probably more pork belly than ever on it. Trump doing worse than anything I could have imagined. All campaign lip service, but what else is new? But everybody knew that. I mean, it's like the people in the Midwest right now, the cattle farmers that are like, we all voted for him and we're all going bankrupt. Why do we do that? I'm like, because you're racist, or because he said something you didn't want. Fucking illegal aliens. And then you forgot to take into account that 75% of my workforce is illegal aliens. Now I can't work my farm. You allowed yourself to be cowed into voting for the lesser two evils instead of demanding another option, like a third party. And as long as you keep doing that, you'll always get screwed no matter which way you vote. If Kamala Harris would have won, we'd have heard people on the other side saying, oh, she promised all these things and ain't none of them happening. Why'd we vote for her? Because you let yourself be put in a situation where you always have to choose between the lesser two evils, which are both controlled by the same people, and there's no real difference, and that'll never change. So I don't feel sorry for any of them. I hope y'all go bankrupt. I'll become a vegetarian if beef gets real expensive. I just won't eat any. I can be a vegetarian. It wouldn't bother me. I suppose a desk pops out of the problem. Yes, we'd get canceled immediately. Where are we at? What's the most overrated gun for the money these days? Overrated gun for the money? Probably Glock. Glocks are just the most overrated gun, period. Because people think they're perfect. They are not. That looks like that's it for us today. Out of questions. Make sure I'm all caught up on the super chats. Not much came in over there, so I think we're all caught up. Nope. We got one over here I got to get to real quick before we go. It's Officer Tater Hater paying his $2 tithe to Phil. Did you hear they are trying to make it a felony in Texas to record the police? Yes, they trying that in a lot of places. This is blatant constitutional rights violation in the name of officer cowardice. Well, it's the states don't want to keep paying settlements when cops get recorded breaking the law. So they're trying to protect their pocketbooks, but they want police to have unlimited authority, but they're tired of paying out settlements. Third party won't do shit. They will be just as corrupt. That's not true. Because only when you only maintain that dichotomy of good and evil are you able to keep people divided like that. If there's third, fourth, fifth party, well, then there's variations and people get more of an option. So they don't have to say, well, I don't have to, I have to accept all your fucking bullshit if I want to vote for these key issues, or I have to accept their bullshit if I want to vote for these key issues. If there's multiple parties, you can find a party that doesn't come with the bullshit, still supports your key issues. So it definitely does something. Just the fact that there's more choice. It's illegal in Illinois to record LEO. That's bullshit. Since they're both controlled by the bankers, how are we going to demand something better? They will take control. Banks don't control nothing anymore. There's two parties, the corporatists and the oligarchs. The ones who think the oligarchs should make all the decisions and the one who thinks the corporations should make all the decisions. Democrats are corporatists. Republicans are oligarchists. And that's the only thing you're choosing between. The only difference is the Democrats want the corporations that are owned by the oligarchs to be in charge, whereas the Republicans want to cut the corporations, just make it irrelevant and just put the oligarchs directly in charge. That's the only difference. The only difference. But I think that catches us up. We're all caught up on everything over here. Yep, Jason Thompson was the last one. Daniel Pent was the last one over here. So that's it for us today. I want to thank everyone for coming and everyone for participating in the chat. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.